It's all shields down. The opponent attempts to catch a weather ball. They're unsuccessful. The only thing this lantern's about to catch is a leaf storm to the face. Get wrecked. So, welcome back to the channel. Today we aren't running triple shadows. However, you can see we've got an F for bulk, so we're using two honorary shadows, Dedenne and Roserade, both made of absolute paper. They're the perfect glass cannons that we can call honorary shadows. According to PvPoke, both Weezing and Trevenant are going to be a huge problem for this team, but don't let that fool you. Fellow content creator Yahvultal is running this insanely spicy double grass backline. I'm going to link his channel down below. Make sure you go show him some love. I'll be honest, this team comp is absolutely wild. I've not seen Dedenne in action whatsoever, probably because the meta is full of poison types. Most teams are running double grass, however, they're running Ferrothorn and Trevenant. Yahvultal not running any of that nonsense. We've got Rosearde and Shadow Alolan Exeggutor. Unlike Ferrothorn and Trevenant, we're using Leaf Storm and Draco Meteor, and my god, if you want to see some big booms, you're in for a treat today. In game 1, we're seeing the Battle of the Spice. Loranta's pretty spicy in this meta. It's not too bad, to be honest. It's got Fury Cutter, Leaf Blade and Superpower. However, Yahvultal fires off the Weather Ball on a CMP tie. Great counting from Yahvultal. Weather Ball gets this thing deep into the red. The opponent is all shields down, and my god, when shields are down, Exeggutor gonna go to town. We come in, get the resisted Bullet Seed farm down. The opponent thinking of what they want to come into, they already know they're about to get boomed. They send in Roserade, and my god, Roserade is about to get vanquished back to their Pokeball. Get wrecked. The opponent only has that Lantern remaining, which they did have in the lead. Unfortunately for Lantern, Dragon resists both water and electric, so does grass, so they can only hit us for double resisted. Yahvultal fires off the second Draco. That is debuffed, but still almost one-shots. Holy smoke. The opponent fires off the double resisted Surf. That doesn't get the job done. Yahvultal rudely over farming, and my god, we're about to go for Draco. Number 3 Thunderbolt still doesn't KO, and Exeggutor puts the stamp of authority on this battle, landing 3 Dracos. My god. Moving on to the next one. A pretty good lead to Dedenne into Lantern. However, as we're running double grass, we pivot out into Roserade, and the opponent answers with Ninetales. Ninetales isn't the best response. We've got access to Weather Ball Fire. The opponent commits to shield that over farming Yahvultal. Now going for the Hail Mary on the CMP tie. The opponent shows no respect. Another big boom. Holy smokes, this video is going to be good. Unfortunately, we don't get off the Weather Ball onto this Tropius. However, it would have been 2-stage debuffed, so it's not the worst situation to be in. Yahvultal comes back into Dedenne. The air slashes are resisted, and we can hit for big neutral damage with the play rough. This banana tree, super thick, but Dedenne hits pretty hard there now into the yellow. Yahvultal again hanging on to 2 shields, and he fires off on CMP. Immaculate fast move timing from Yahvultal. The opponent commits that final shield, and holy smokes, we're going to see yet another big Draco boom. We're actually choosing to shield up the Leaf Blade, knowing that we're going to have a tough time Bullet Seed farming this down. Yahvultal actually going to double shield now. We've just got to be mindful of the catch. He then throws one quick move, fires off the move in the middle of the air slash animation. Down goes the banana tree, and now that Lantern is about to be food. Out of all the Pokemon in the entire game, Shadow Alolan Exeggutor is probably the hardest check for Lantern, as everything is double resisted. Yahvultal again with the Draco locked and loaded. This time it's not debuffed, and another huge boom. Let's go. Really tough lead in the next battle. We're actually ABA weak to this thing, as Exeggutor also won't have a great time against Ferrothorn. The opponent fires off the Mirror Shot. Yahvultal over farming. Gonna return fire with the Weather Ball. This Weather Ball is double super effective, so the opponent commits that first shield. They're still staying in. Yahvultal gets to 1 more Weather Ball. The opponent surely has an answer for Roserade. Apparently not. This is only a Mirror Shot, so we don't need to shield. Yahvultal is now left into the yellow. The opponent then attempts to catch on Lantern, and holy smokes, the only thing they catch is a Leaf Storm to the face. High Lantern, by Lantern. Another boom. I've actually lost count. How many booms is that? I think we're in battle number 3, and we've seen about 5 booms already. You love to see it. Back out comes Ferrothorn. They eat the Weather Ball Fire, even debuffed. It does huge damage. Yahvultal allows himself to go down, and we're going to send in the big, giant looking tree. The opponent has shown Mirror Shot, so we don't need to be fearful of a potential Flash Cannon. However, Exeggutor not the bulkiest. Yveltal finally going to commit a protect shield on the mirror shot. We then bank the energy, pivot out into Dedenne. Dedenne only takes neutral from steel, unlike other fairies. Electric does resist steel, meaning it's only neutral. Yveltal overfarms, fires off the play rough. Play rough is resisted, but still easily enough to knock out that final Pokemon is Trevenant. They fire off the seed bomb immediately. Mr. Opponent, if you don't know about the Draco Meteor, my god, you're about to find out. It's locked and loaded, and guess what? Get fucking wrecked. GG's, and thanks for playing. Another really tricky lead. Let's see how Yveltal plays you out of this one. The Thunder Shocks are resisted, whereas the Powder Snows hit us for neutral. Yveltal gonna tank the Weather Ball, and ouch, that hurt. We're now over farming. Yveltal gonna return fire with the play off. Hopefully the opponent lets it go, which they do. They're now deep in the red. We look to snipe with the Bullet Seeds. Bullet Seeds unfortunately are resisted. Yveltal is gonna have to commit a shield here. Can we farm down before the next one? No, we can't. Yveltal now forced to double shield. However, we already know that the things in the back will be getting shields back. The opponent sends out Lantern. What the heck? We're going for the bait. The opponent puts up a protect shield, and now they're about to get nuked. Yveltal charging up the Leaf Storm. Leaf Storm again vanquishes them back to their Pokeball. Oh man, the opponent's final Pokemon is Ferrothorn. Unfortunately now these Weather Balls are debuffed, however they're still going to do a lot of damage. It looks like the second will come close to knocking out. We actually make a Savage catch as well. Let's go. What the heck? This video is already getting me super hyped. Evidently a lot more hype than the opponent, who concedes their match. Moving on to the next battle, the Little Mouse picks up a great lead. The Walrus, despite being many times bigger, isn't going to appreciate the discharge. The opponent's already committed that first shield. They farm up to what could be an Earthquake, and Yveltal is going to commit a shield, and the opponent, to my absolute surprise, full sends it. They now pivot out into Ferrothorn, and we answer with Roserade. This isn't enough for anything more than a mirror shot, so it's an easy no shield. The opponent actually goes for the super rude Acid Spray. You hate to see it. However, the Acid Spray, despite lowering our defense, isn't really going to help this Ferrothorn in this matchup, as they are using Bullet Seed as a quick move. That's a grass type move, and Roserade double resist it. The opponent again rudely sprays us. They're now all shields down. We're going to start launching off these double super effective Weather Balls. The next one gets them into the red. Yveltal now over farming again, firing off the Weather Ball on CMP. It's going to be Night Night, sleep tight Ferrothorn. The opponent brings back out their Walrus, and Yveltal goes for that wham bam combo play, serving up the Big Mac and the fries. Discharge returns Walrein to their Pokeball, and it's Marwile in the back. Discharge gets them into the yellow. Can we get to the next Discharge? I believe this is only a power up punch. We're a fairy type power up punch. Doesn't knock out. We make the Discharge. And that is going to be all she wrote. Exeggutor takes a nice rest on the bench after landing many Dracos. Moving on to the next battle. Dedenne into Trevenant. We instantly pivot out into Roserade. We then show absolutely great discipline, holding our energy, and they send in the Walrus. Does the Walrus respect the damage? Another huge boom. Holy crap, there's booms left, right, and centre. The opponent sends out Ninetales. And Yveltal trying his luck, firing off another Leaf Storm despite being debuffed. It does huge damage to Ninetales. Yveltal sends back out Dedenne. He's not going to shield it up. The Weather Ball does quite a lot of damage. The second one is going to get us low. Yveltal not going to shield. Despite us landing that huge boom on the wall, and I've got no idea how we're going to get rid of this Trevenant. If it was on Dragon Tail, we'd be alright. However, the Bullet Seeds are going to be resisted. We now pivot out into the tree. Holy smokes, these Powder Snows are double super effective. Both Grass and Dragon Take super effective from Ice. Yveltal gets the farm down, back out. Comes Trevenant. We're looking to farm up. The opponent throws on alignment. We sneak. Is there a win con? We shield up the Seed Bomb. We're going for the bait. Does the trainer shield? Yes, they do. Can we make the Draco? We don't. And we unfortunately concede. You can't win them all. Moving on to the next one. Dreadful leads. We pivot out into our safe switch of Roserade. The opponent farms up and then pivot out into Trevenant. They've given us a huge energy lead, so we might be able to flip switch. We land the first Weather Ball. We're already at Weather Ball number 2. This is going to be forcing the first shield or the knockout. The opponent does commit a shield. Trevenant continuing to farm up. Again, the trainer throws on alignment. We commit a shield. The opponent goes for the double resisted seed bomb bait. However, we're well ahead in energy. Yahvultal already well over the next weather ball. The opponent gives up switch. We leave fairly healthy with residual energy. I highly doubt they send back out Ferrothorn. They actually do, and they are going to fire off a move. This is only a mirror shot or power whip. We will survive, and it is just the power whip. Roserade shrugs it off. We return fire with the weather ball, and the opponent is now all shields down. They've got the resisted bullet seed farm down. We now send out the tree. The tree doesn't have the best matchup here, but Draco doesn't give a crap about typings. The opponent full sends the flash cannon, and we're full sending the Draco. Draco is resisted, but my god, it's going to do a lot of resisted damage. The opponent near gets one shot. They send out Venusaur. We look to catch the move on Dedenne. Holy smokes, great counting. However, this Venusaur is going to be a huge problem. That in the green, it looks like we are going to get farmed down. We can only hit Venusaur for resisted, as the sub-poison typing means Play Rough is resisted. The grass typing means all our electric damage is resisted. We come in, we fire off a double resisted seed bomb. This definitely isn't going to knock out, and I think we're going to take a big fat loss. However, the opponent was running triple grass, so unfortunately I Dedenne had nowhere to run or nowhere to hide. Moving on to the next battle. This is something Dedenne loves to see. The opponent pivots out into a really common safe switch of Ferrothorn, and we answer with Roserade. The opponent fires off the mirror shot. They don't get the debuff. Yahvultal now going to farm up, fire off the double super effective weather ball on a CMP tie to the next mirror shot. That doesn't quite one shot. However, this mirror shot also not going to be able to knock out. Yahvultal can now over farm. Let's see if he fires off again on CMP. Yes, he does. Yahvultal clearly been to school, as his counting has been on point throughout this video. We flip switch advantage or maintain alignment as we actually won lead. The opponent sends back out the toilet, and we're going straight Leaf Storm. Come on, trainer, let it through. Boo, Mr. Opponent. They do respect the Leaf Storm. They farm down. They send out Trevenant, and this is going to be a problem. However, as we're up shields, we can launch off some of these Play Rough. Play Rough draws the final Protect Shield, and it's now time for Exeggutor to land the nukes. Trevenant gonna fire a charge mill. Eat my hat if that's a shadow ball. It is the seed bomb bait. However, no bait is about to save this Trevenant from the wrath of Exeggutor. Draco returns them to their Pokeball. Back out comes the flying toilet. The opponent gonna fire off the weather ball. Weather ball actually isn't gonna KO, as it is double resisted, but we are gonna get wing attack farm down, which is unfortunate. However, we've got Dedenne with a shield, and this is gonna be game over. Yahvultal gonna shield up the weather ball. We're only a couple of quick moves away from the double super effective discharge, and this flying toilet is about to get flushed. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Dedenne into Shadow Mawile. This is exactly where we want to see it, as our double grass backline doesn't want to see this thing. Well, Exeggutor does take neutral, but the bullet seed would be resisted. The opponent goes straight power up punch. The power up punch itself does absolutely nothing. However, these fire fangs are going to start tearing us apart. Dedenne fires off the discharge. Mawile commits the final shield, and we pivot out into Roserade. Holy smokes. Just two non-stab fire fangs and 40% of our HP. We shield up the power up punch. We reach the weather ball. Weather ball will be knocking out. Let's see what the opponent brings in. They bring in Broxish. We get sniped with only 2 confusions. That was only 4 quick moves to completely delete our Roserade, which is crazy, if I'm honest. It's now all down to Shadow Exeggutor to clean up this battle. The opponent's got Ferrothorn in the back. Oh boy, this is going to be game over. This is only a mirror shot. We are going to survive. However, we've got no way of one-shotting this really thick bush. We fire off the Draco. Draco gets them into the yellow. The opponent continuing to farm up. We reach the second Draco on a CMP tie. This unfortunately won't be knocking out as we're debuffed. The opponent gonna take us out, and I think this is gonna be game over. Actually, can we farm down? We get the farm down. However, I believe the confusion's gonna take us out. No, we make the discharge. Holy crap, I wrote us off there, and we somehow pull off an incredible dub. Let's go. Can you believe it? I was actually lost for words there, which is pretty rare as I usually speak at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Moving on to the next battle, Dedenne into Dugong. Great lead. We fire off the discharge. Dugong shields the first as it's going to do the most damage as they're going to debuff us with an icy wind. We choose to shield up the icy wind as our backline doesn't appreciate the ice type damage. They pivot out into Ferrothorn as always. Yahvultal super quick on his response to Roserade. Roserade fires off the weather ball. Weather ball goes unshielded. Yahvultal, wanting to maintain alignment, commits a shield and the opponent full sends the flash cannon. Great shield. We can now overfarm heavily, which we do, and we're going to start launching off these weather balls. This weather ball will be knocking out or drawing a shield. The opponent lets it go. And they send out Marwile. Marwile not going to appreciate the weather balls. They shield the first. Can we reach another one? Yes, we can. Weather ball super effective. However, they are going to survive one from full health. It does get them low. They pivot out. Yahvultal showing great awareness. Anticipates the swap. We fire off the discharge. Discharge does massive damage to the bulky Dugong. Icy wind going to be close to knocking us out. Dedenne hold strong. We reach the discharge. We get that really annoying glitch where we can't swipe bubbles. We manage to swipe a few. We don't knock out. One Thundershock takes them out. This Marwile super low. Unless they're running play rough, this should be game over. The opponent gonna fire a charge move. I believe this is only a power up punch, which it is. That isn't gonna get the job done, and the opponent gracefully concedes the match. Wow. My God, what an exciting, incredible showcase from Yahvultal. Make sure you go check him out because he's always bringing this fire content. So if you're enjoying my content, consider leaving a like, leaving a comment. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you like your battles featured on the channel, a link to my battle submission form is down below. I'd like to say thanks for watching and I will see you all in the next one.